The Netherlands is synonymous with their famous historic windmills, and Kinderdijk is quite possibly one of the best places to see these iconic windmills. Unfortunately, most people visit Kinderdijk completely wrong. If you roll up at 11 AM, you're in for a stressful, expensive shock. Massive tour bus crowds, packed parking lots, and a ticket booth charging you for something you could have done entirely for free. But it doesn't have to be that way. Welcome back to our channel. Today we are breaking down 10 things you absolutely must know before visiting the Kinderdijk windmills. And of course, we're going to show you just how beautiful Kinderdijk is. But before I jump in, let me tell you a little bit of information about Kinderdijk. Did you know that over a quarter of the Netherlands sits entirely below sea level? If the power went out and the pump stopped, 40% of the country would look like Atlantis. To survive, the Dutch had to get incredibly creative, and that brings us here, to Kinderdijk. Built back in the 1740s, this iconic network of 19 windmills was engineered to pump millions of gallons of water out of the flooded lowlands. Nowadays, these windmills are occupied by tenants for a rent of €500 per month, but with the agreement that whoever lives here will be the caretaker of the windmill they occupy. Now that you know a little bit more about Kinderdijk, let's talk about the 10 things you must know when visiting Kinderdijk. Entering the Kinderdijk grounds is completely free. The main path that runs right through the heart of these 19 stunning windmills is actually a public cycling and pedestrian route. You can walk it, ride a bike down it, take photos from the edge of the canals, and soak in the entire UNESCO World Heritage site without spending a single euro.
Technically, you can come to Kinderdijk for free, but I do recommend that you buy the ticket. This gives you access to 2 of the windmills and the boat tour, which I think are worth it.
Visiting Kinderdijk in the summer? Don't just show up, because it's a protected UNESCO site. Museum tickets sell out fast. Save your money, skip the queues, and secure your spot by booking online in advance. I've got a link in the description. Now, if you do decide to purchase a ticket, you need to be careful because the main trail is open 24/7, but the paid attractions do not stay open late. In fact, the museum, mills and pumping stations will close around 4 or 5 PM depending on the season. If you roll up at 2:30 in the afternoon thinking you have all day, you're going to end up rushing through the very things you just paid for. To make sure you actually get your money's worth, give yourself a solid 3 to 4 hours before everything closes. Kinderdijk is 100% cashless. Before you leave your hotel, just make sure you have a reliable travel credit card. As you'd expect, when we visited, it was incredibly windy and a bit chilly. If it rains, you're going to get soaked as there is zero cover, and if the sun is blazing, there is no shade. And even on a warm day, the wind coming off the canals can feel incredibly biting. Do yourself a favour and dress in layers. Pack a solid windbreaker, a reliable umbrella, and plenty of sunscreen, because out on those dikes you're completely at the mercy of the elements. That brings us halfway through our list, but definitely stick around as we're going to share the best way to see Kinderdijk using the boat tours. Food options here are incredibly limited to a couple of small museum cafes. My advice? Pack a picnic or you'll be walking into the village for lunch. If you purchase the official entry package, your ticket actually gives you access to both of the official boat trips on the canals.
The best way to start your day here in Kinderdijk is by coming here early and taking the boat tour. There are 2 types of boat tours here. The first one is boat number 1, which stops at each jetty. But what we did was we took boat number 2, which went all the way to the end of where all the windmills are. And then it just turns around and takes you back to the start. So it's a great way to see all the windmills without the effort, and then just get back to the start and walk everywhere.
Driving to Kinderdijk is a nightmare. car parking right at the entrance is practically non-existent, meaning you'll be forced to use expensive overflow lot miles away and wait for a shuttle. We were extremely lucky that we got a spot, but we arrived so early in the morning. If you want an alternative, you can take the Rotterdam Waterbus. If your dream is to enjoy a peaceful, leisurely stroll around this stunning UNESCO site, you need to think about your timing carefully. The absolute worst time to stand in the ticket queues or wait for a boat is between 11 and 2:30 p.m, when those tour groups will flood the pathways all at once. If your schedule forces you to visit right in the middle of the day, walk straight past the first few windmills. Most tour groups have a tight schedule and rarely walk deep into the canal network. If you push just 10 or 15 minutes further down the path, the crowds thin out drastically and you'll get those wide open peaceful views entirely to yourself. Now if you want to completely outsmart the crowds, arrive after 5 p.m. The museum, meals and gift shops close down, which means the massive tour buses and crowds vanish. It is peaceful, completely free to stroll the paths, and it is easily the most rewarding way to experience the true beauty of Kinderdijk. Just remember though that 17 of the 19 historic windmills are private rented homes, so don't go peering into windows or walking into gardens. Finally, for a bonus tip, renting a bike is arguably the best way to see the entire network because the path stretches out over several miles. You can join a bike tour or rent one right at the Kinderdijk entrance. We truly hope you get to experience Kinderdijk because it truly is magical. Stay curious and keep exploring.